Hello, and welcome to today's Guardian training video. This video will cover conducting a transfer in Guardian. The following topics will be covered in this training video: employee transfers, which are mass roster transfers; connections, or in other words, transfers; and utilizing the application administration feature. Each topic discussed in today's video will correlate with the section in your designated user guide with step-by-step instructions to assist with navigation through Guardian. Prior to beginning, please note, all paper LIC 9188 criminal record exemption transfer requests must be sent to the Care Provider Management Bureau for processing. We will first cover the employee transfer function. The employee transfer function is only available to state users. This includes division staff and CPMB staff. The employee transfer function is to be used to mass transfer individuals from one roster to another and should only be used when an agency is changing locations, ownership, or for any reason leading to the change of the 9-digit agency or facility number. To access the employee transfer function, access Rosters, then select Employee Transfer on the navigation bar. Search for the provider in which you will be extracting the roster from by typing into the Search by Typing Name box. You may either enter the agency's 9-digit agency number or the agency's name. You will notice the green arrows will populate once Guardian begins to recognize the data. Select the appropriate agency from the drop-down. You will only be able to conduct roster transfers for agencies within your program. Select Get Roster. The agency's roster will populate towards the bottom of the page. You will only be able to transfer those with an active association status and an eligible determination status. You may individually select the individuals or select all. Once selected, enter and select the appropriate provider the individuals will need to be transferred to. Check the Terminated when transferring box to remove the individuals from the previous roster. Then select Transfer. Guardian will provide a confirmation prior to completing this action. And all of the individuals will be transferred to the new agency's roster. Now we will cover connections. To perform a real-time connection, a search must be conducted to locate the individual in the database. A search may be conducted by utilizing an applicant's identifying information or an application number. Searching for an individual will search the entire database, regardless of prior program association. If the database locates the individual, you will be routed to the person's summary page. For more information on conducting a person search, please refer to the person search and summary video. Something to keep in mind when conducting a transfer. Adult and senior care agencies require the Department of Justice and FBI background checks, whereas a child care agency may require a Department of Justice, FBI, and CACI child abuse background check. If an applicant has not previously obtained the appropriate background checks required for the program they are being transferred to, Guardian will generate a new LiveScan form for them to obtain new LiveScan services. If an individual is found in the database and has a not eligible determination status, Guardian will provide a notification indicating so. A not eligible determination status is equivalent to a denied exemption. Based on the time frame since the individual's last denial, the applicant may be eligible to submit new fingerprints and go through the exemption process. Please follow your office protocols on how to process a transfer for an individual with a denied exemption. Either submit a new application or have the agency or applicant contact the Care Provider Management Bureau at 888-422-5669 or email Guardian at guardian@dss.ca.gov for more information. Once you reach the person's person summary page, an applicant may display an accreditation module at the top of the page. This feature is intended to assist with Home Care Aid Registry and Trustline Registry applicants and will inform if the applicant is registered. To initiate the transfer, select the Add New Application button. Upon selecting Add New Application, the applicant's personal demographic page will populate to review and update as needed. If no changes are needed, you may select Next to continue. You will then be brought to the pre-association portion of the process. This step allows you to enter specific information regarding the position the agency is requesting the applicant to be associated to. For the agency dropdown, you will select the agency in which you are transferring the individual to. Upon selecting the agency, you will be required to select the appropriate request type. HCA Initial Registry is for an initial home care aid applicant. This request type will associate an applicant to a home care aid registry and the home care aid agency. Again, this is supposed to be used for initial applicants. Because we are initiating a transfer, we will not utilize this request type. HCA Registry Renewal is the request type you would select if you were renewing an applicant's registry. Again, because we are initiating a transfer, we will not select this option. Non-HCA positions are for applicants who are going to be associated to a home care agency as an employee. And finally, registered HCA is the request type we will select as we are transferring this home care aid to this home care organization. You will notice program and position category will auto-populate. Select home care aid in the position dropdown and select Next to continue. You will then be brought to the Verify Identity page, where you will be required to enter the applicant's identity document information. You also have the option to withdraw the application at this point. Withdrawing the application will permanently close the application. A confirmation page will appear prior to completing this action. You will also notice a Save and Close feature. Save and Close allows you to save the application, exit, and return to it at a later time. You will be able to locate your saved applications by locating Applications, then Not Yet Submitted on the navigation bar. Once selected, you may locate the application and select Resume to continue. Enter values in all of the required fields. Select the identity document from the dropdown and enter an issuing state and associated document number. The expiration date and uploading a copy of the document is optional. Select Next to continue. You will then be brought to the Applicant Research Registries page. The function of the Research Registries page is to confirm the appropriate request type was selected during the pre-association portion of the application. This will ensure applicants have associated to the Home Care Aid Registry prior to initiating a transfer. The search results should appear in one of the following: not matched, which indicates the correct request type was selected and the user may continue in the application process. If the research results in a match, this indicates the incorrect request type was selected. An error message will populate towards the bottom of the page and the user should not be able to continue in the application process. For more information on this, please refer to your designated user guide. If you obtain a not matched response, you may select Next. The agency payment page will populate. The agency payment page is intended for initial home care registry fees and renewal fees. Again, based on the request type selected, a payment may be required, but in this case, we are initiating a transfer where the applicant is already registered. Therefore, a payment is not required. You may select Next to continue. The data review page will populate. Review all of the information input and ensure it is correct. You may make edits by selecting Edit Applicant Profile or Submit if everything looks correct. You will then be brought to the application confirmation page. If the applicant does not need to submit new fingerprints, a LiveScan form will not generate, and you will receive a message similar as displayed here. If an applicant does need to submit new fingerprints, a new LiveScan form will generate, as well as a deadline to submit the fingerprints. Failure to submit new fingerprints will result in an application closure. We will now cover utilizing the Application Administration feature. After an electronic application has been submitted, agencies must upload a copy of the LIC 508 or LIC 508D criminal record statement into Guardian due to the disclosure questions. Agencies are required to upload a scanned copy of the disclosure signed and completed by the applicant to complete the application process. If this step is not completed, Guardian will send a reminder notification advising this step is needed. By request, regional office users can assist agencies with completing this process. To assist with this process, you must have a copy of the applicant's LIC 508 as it is needed to answer the disclosure questions and upload a copy. To assist in this process, access Applications, then Application Administration from the navigation bar. The Application Administration page will populate. In the Application ID or Application Number search field, enter the application for the applicant. The application number can be located on an agency's roster and is also provided on the confirmation page once an application is submitted. The applicant's name and date of birth will populate at the top of the page. Review the information to ensure you are submitting the disclosure for the correct individual. Select Upload Document to search your device for the applicant's disclosure and upload to Guardian. Once you have selected a file and named the document, select Upload. Now you must select the applicant disclosure link. A new tab will open to complete the applicant's disclosure on behalf of the applicant. The disclosure page will require the application number, last name of the applicant, and date of birth. Complete the following screens based on the individual's responses on their LIC 508. The Disclosure Complete page will populate upon completion. Ensure you return to Guardian and select Submit to complete the process. This concludes the transfer training video. Additional videos may be located at guardian.dss.ca.gov. Thank you for watching.